What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Financial Wolf channel. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing with a special guest here today how you can start a vending machine business and scale it to $1,000 per month. So I know this is a business that I actually hated on in the past, but after doing some more research on it, I've kind of come to respect its passive income model. So I want to learn about vending now, and I'm going to be interviewing someone with us here today. And with that all being said, guys, let's get into the interview. Hello, everybody. So I'm here with Dominic Barbado, and today he's going to tell us about how it is to start a vending machine business and how you can scale it to $1,000 every single month. And he actually also makes videos on vending. So his channel is going to be linked down in the description. So thank you for being here today.
No worries. Yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to talk on your channel about this.
I guess the first thing would be, what do you recommend in terms of like getting started? Do you think we should start with more than one machine or two? What do you kind of think?
Okay, yeah. I mean, so it totally depends on everyone's situation and where you live, the demographic, how many businesses there are. It really all depends on that stuff. And even I think
Yeah.
population is a big thing to keep in mind, because I've had some people contact me and they live in towns where it might be the case for you. I mean, I live on Long Island. There's millions of people here, but there's towns across the country where there's only 5,000 people in a town. And that alone will tell you that you're not going to make a lot of money off vending, because if you start populating your town with a bunch of machines, you're not going to have that many people that don't see your machines that are already using the machines. So it really does depend. My biggest thing to say when you're starting, look for used machines. Used machines is the best way. Go on Craigslist, Letgo, and Facebook Marketplace. Those are your three places to get used machines. And sometimes you'll have to buy bulk because people just want to sell it as a lot. Also, you can start new. Starting new is good, but you're not going to get the best quality, I think, because obviously when you start new, you'll be buying like a Rhino machine, which people say Rhino's good. I personally don't like Rhino. I'm a big Northwestern guy. Or Beaver machines. They'll last for 10, 15 years without any problems. Seriously, that's just how those machines are. They've been around for a really long time. But it really depends on you in the beginning. If you have money to start, let's say you have $1,000 to start, then you probably want to start how you want to finish. That's my biggest thing, like with vending. How do you want to finish in vending? If you want to finish as a six-figure business, then you're going to want to start as a six-figure business. You're going to want to start with good machines, so then later on, you're not fixing all the problems along the way. So
you're thinking more start with the quality machines and don't really worry about like getting as many as possible. Like, don't worry about the high quality machines that you can get, and just kind of start with what you have. And you can pretty much get started with anything, right? There's machines for $85 and then there's machines for like $2,000. So it really does depend on how much capital you have to get started.
Yeah, it really depends. Really. And that's, I mean, it's a sad thing because obviously we can help as much, or I can help as much, but it's like if someone has $1,000 to start, it might be good for them to buy 2 used soda snack machines, or it might be good for them to buy 10, 15 bulk vending machines, or however it is, it really does depend based on you and what you plan to do in the future. Like a year from now, how do you want your vending business to look? Like, let's say you want to scale it to $1,000 a month. Obviously we're going to move into that, but I could go over that and how I think you could do that, obviously.
So yeah, I mean, how did you do it yourself, right? Because you've been really successful with it. Like, how did you start? How long did it take you to reach $1,000 a month? And how would you go about doing that in 2019?
Yeah, I would totally have started different than I did. I wouldn't say I'm a major successful with my business. I think I'm not at the 6-figure mark just yet. But I started very slowly. I bought 12 used Vendstar machines, which are the candy machines, like the plastic candy machines. I don't recommend those. Some YouTubers do because they're really cheap. But how you should start in 2019, if you want to go from $0 to $1,000, jumping right into what this video is about instead of going around the fluff. It's going to be anywhere between 40 and 50 bulk vending machines. That's the number you need per month to make close to $1,000, average $20 per machine, or 10 soda snack machines. And then let's say they make $100 per month net, which you can put in your pocket. That's $1,000 a month. So for both of those, let's focus on the bulk. Let's say you want to buy 40 bulk machines. If you could get them used, let's say you get them for $50, that's $2,000 right there that you have to put out. But within the first 2 to 3 months, you already make your investment back if you place all those machines. The only thing is when you have that many machines, like when I started, I had 12 machines, but I didn't know what I was doing when I first started. So I didn't just go out and place 12 machines. I went out first week, I placed 2 machines. Then probably for a month or two, I didn't do anything. So the machine sat. And then like 3 months later, I started placing a couple more and then a couple more. And it was really slow. For the first year, I think I only had maybe 6 or 7 machines. And then after that, I started to pick up and buy more machines and have more machines. But it depends how you want to start. That's why I say go into the business knowing how you want to start. So then obviously your end goal is in mind, and then you can work backwards from that. And that's the best part about this business, because if you have machines, it's just a matter of working backwards with the numbers and going out and getting your yeses, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, I've kind of thought about vending in a sense that you kind of get a return based on how much money you put into the business rather than the amount of time you put in, right? With like a business like phone flipping, I feel like it's more time intensive, while with vending, it's more like you invest your profits or your money into the business. Yeah. And the margin on the candy is like super duper high, right? It's like 90%.
Yeah, margin on bulk for gumballs is 94%, but the margin on like M&Ms, Mike and Ike's, and Skittles, it's about like 72%. But
okay,
it's
so
still really high.
good.
Yeah, and then you got your soda,
phone flipping.
yeah, you got your soda snack machines, which are around, for drinks, it's like 60 something percent, depending on what it is. And then for your snacks, it's about 50%.
Yeah. Like compared to phone flipping, it's like 10% margin on phones rather than like vending. It's like 70%. Yeah. I mean, I'd say phone flipping's more like 25, but
yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah, with vending, like how long did it take you to kind of when you started to where you are now?
It's been 5 years. I don't like to mention the exact amount of machines I have because you could easily calculate how much money I make, and I kind of try to keep that because that's my secret weapon. Obviously, people put their money out there. People put how much they make a month. Personally, for me, I think putting all of my stuff out there for billions of people to see, I don't like that. It's kind of intrusive to me. That's just my thing. I don't do all my collection videos. I have plenty of machines that I could do it, but it doesn't. I don't need it all to be recorded. But it took 5 years to get to this point. I have over 100 machines. It takes a while. I've calculated the numbers. I've grown about 75% per year because obviously that first year I really didn't count it, which is crazy. I've hired locating services, which is a big thing. I don't recommend any locating services. The best locator you have is yourself, and going out and selling and learning what the pitch is. But yeah, that's the biggest way. That is how I technically grew a lot, because I had locators. I have my website, which is a big thing. That I was going to do a video on my channel about, that is having a website. But the website's more for soda snack machines. For bulk candy, you're not going to really have people searching the internet for machines. But for soda snack machines, you have these large corporations that are like, all right, I need machines. So they go on the internet, they type vending machine services, and then you pop up, you know?
So you can really transition vending into a full-time income, correct? Like you could do it.
Easily. Easily. Yeah. And I'm not going to say it's easy, because trust me, tomorrow I'm going to look at a machine and pick up a machine. I have a truck, have to go with the truck, have to load this 700-pound machine into the truck. I have to then bring it to a place. I have to hire a worker to help me bring it into the place, put it in the dolly. It's kind of manual labor to a sense, only for a little bit though, because for those hour and a half that I have to place it, then that machine sits there for 10 years plus, you know? So it's just,
and makes you money. Yeah.
And it just makes you money continually, day after day. It's just making you money. So
that's great. Yeah. And the second point, I guess I want to just kind of end things off with is, if I wanted to get into vending today and I had $200,
okay,
what would you recommend that I do? Like, how do I start making money? And I want to eventually scale my business to 1,000. Obviously can't do it with the $200, but how do I get on the right track to get there?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So $200, let's go all inclusive. Let's say you're not getting your corporate license or anything like that at first. You're just starting out. I wouldn't say buy new machines. I really wouldn't. I would say look on Facebook Marketplace, look on Letgo, look on all these other apps, Craigslist, find used machines, gumball machines, toy machines, clean them up, make them nice. Let's say you find a couple for $50. You can easily find some machines for $50. So let's say you buy 3 machines, that's $150. Then that other $50 you have in product, you put the product in the machines, and you have to just go out and locate. So your biggest thing is, I like to locate first and then get the machines. But I realize now that I have these soda snack machines like coming in through my website, I actually have to have the machines stocked up now. So having the machines, I definitely am now starting to change my mindset on that. Definitely have the machines first. And then even with the bulk machines, carry them with you. I don't know if you could drive. That's the thing. You're 16. It's kind of crazy, but driving around and bringing the machines into the places that you're locating. So essentially showing them what they're getting, they kind of don't say no because they see you're young. They see you're trying to start a business. You see you'll offer them 10-20% of whatever your profits are, probably 10% when you're just starting, just so it doesn't cut too much into your
Huh.
profits. And then
Yeah.
essentially, let's say you place those 3 machines. Let's say they average $20 a month. That's $60 a month. Your profit's around $45 a month. Within
It's pretty good.
3 months, you've made your money back, or 4 months, you've made your money back, and then you could reinvest. Your biggest thing is,
Yeah.
though, putting more money into it and then growing exponentially. But if you can't do that, it's just a
Exactly.
slower process.
Yeah, exactly. So if I literally just got 2 machines or 3 machines every single month, that's another $45 to my income, $45. And literally after a year, you're making over $500 a month in relatively passive income, right? You still have to collect, but I feel like that'd be really fun. You don't
Yeah,
have
so you're
to
just
collect the
collecting
machine,
money.
collect the cash. I mean, I feel like the hardest part of this business is really finding the locations and getting the machines for cheap. And the rest is just kind of pretty simple work, right?
It is, yeah. I mean, to get to $1,000 a month, it's not crazy. It really isn't. It's just a matter of having the money to buy a bunch of machines up front, and then having the time to locate all of the machines that you buy. So that's the biggest thing. Is your
Yeah.
first month, you're not going to really scale it to $1,000. Like that's just
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
realistic unless you have a lot of money, because then you go right to soda snack machines. You get 5 to 10 soda snack machines. You're already making that, maybe even more than that. Some soda snack machines make $400 net per month. So it really just
Yeah.
depends how you can grow and how much money you have to start. So that's the coolest part.
Yeah. And I feel like that kind of relates to a lot of businesses. Like for me with phone flipping, it is possible to make $1,000, $2,000 in your first month. You really do need a lot of capital to buy phones, because if you're selling your phones online, that's how you can sell them the fastest. You're going to have those PayPal holds, and it's going to take time to transfer that money to your bank. So it is difficult when you first get started, but after you build capital, like with any business, it's really fast growth from there. And thank you guys for being here, Dominic. It really means a lot.
Yeah,
And
no
I'm
worries. I
glad
mean, I hope we provided enough value for them to really understand at least where they could start, like the baseline of it.
yeah. So yeah, bulk candy machines is where it's at. Buy used and then kind of grow from there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little interview, and thanks for being here, man. Okay, guys, with that all being said, I think that is going to about wrap up today's video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the Financial Wolf channel to be in the first 1,000 subscribers.